Today we're going to talk about planning a trip to attend EAA's Airventure in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So I wanted to put together a little novice guide to attending EAA Airventure. I have been to Sun and Fun in Lakeland many times, but I've only been to EAA Airventure in Oshkosh once, and that was last year in 2021. So it was a brand new experience to me, and I wanted to talk about a few things that might help other beginners learn how to plan a trip. So according to the EAA Airventure countdown clock, we have 47 days, 11 hours, 49 minutes, and 39 seconds until 2022 Airventure. I'm very excited. This will be my second year attending, and because last year was such a big new experience for me, I thought I'd share a few tips that might help out with planning a trip if you're a novice like me. There are many people who have been to Airventure more times than they can possibly count. I'm not one of those, so I don't have the many years of experience. But I think I probably bring a little different perspective because I'm so new to Airventure. And I thought I'd try to share a few things. Hopefully it'll be helpful. And this will be a part one. I'll talk about attending classes and some of the other things in a later video. So first things first, how to get to Oshkosh. There are many different ways to attend Oshkosh. There's flying in on your own plane and camping under the wing. There's RVing and staying in Camp Scholler and or in a tent. There's also, you can drive in a car and stay in a hotel nearby. Now, for hotels, you got to plan way in advance, or you have to get out away from Oshkosh a little ways. So I wanted to talk about that for just a second because that's the route that I took. So flying in commercial on a commercial jet, you can fly into Chicago, Green Bay, Milwaukee. There's a number of cities with flights in and out that are reasonably close, and then you can rent a car and drive to Oshkosh. I'm going to actually be staying in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is not too far away. But there are many other regional options where hotels are available. I did make my hotel reservation a month or so ago and was able to get a halfway decent rate. I imagine the closer we get, the more expensive they're going to be for that option. So another option would be an Airbnb or VRBO. I didn't research that option. I travel a lot for work, so I had Marriott points, so it helped me get a good rate and a nice place to stay. But from what I understand, there are a lot of Airbnbs and VRBOs that you can search for and stay in during your time at Airventure. So I live in Florida, and I don't currently have an aircraft that's flying. I'm building a plane, and it's in pieces. So it'll be 9 months to a year before I have it fully capable of doing cross countries and attending Oshkosh and camping under my own wing of my plane, which is certainly a dream of mine. So I have a couple of options. So if I can't fly in on my own, I can either drive in and camp in a tent or an RV. I don't own an RV. I could rent an RV, or I can drive up from Florida and stay in a hotel. I happen to have some good airline points, so I decided to fly. I was able to get a really reasonable flight into Chicago from Florida. I'm going to rent a car and drive up to Green Bay, Wisconsin, where I have a hotel for the time period that I'm up there. I don't have the time to stay for the whole week, but I'm going to be up there for the first 4 days of Airventure. So that's the route I took. If you're flying, it's difficult to pack enough to fly commercial to then camp and be comfortable for most of a week. So I decided I didn't like that option. And then driving from Florida is a pretty good ways. It's 18, 19 hours drive. So that's the route I took. But if you're more regionally located, if you have an RV, you can do, there's a lot of other options. So some of those options are you can camp or RV in some of the campgrounds that are adjacent to Oshkosh. There are a few that are literally right adjacent, some that are just a short drive away. You can also tent camp, or like I said, you can still go the route that I did with a hotel. So anyway, hopefully this helped a little bit. Just talk about some of the options real quick to get you there and have a place to rest your head at night after a long day of walking around Oshkosh and looking at aircraft. So anyway, I'm going to do another couple of videos and just talk about everything that's available to see at Oshkosh and how to plan your trip out a little bit for what you're going to see. The air shows, the training classes, the vendors, the food, everything else. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.